What are some of your what are your top 5 favorite WrestleMania matches?
Well, okay, I already said the triple threat with Shawn Michaels, Triple H.
Triple H with Booker T is not one of mine, by the way. I hate that match because Booker T should have won. This is somebody who that match was just the storyline was inappropriate. That was one of those like cringy things from the Ruthless Aggression era, and it was only made more cringy when Triple H won. Mm-hmm. After like the 30 seconds of nothing, when they're both like dead on the floor, somehow Booker T doesn't kick out. That wasn't cool. They should have had Booker T get up, kick out, and beat him.
Yeah.
But for some stupid reason, they didn't do that. Even if Triple H was going to win the title the next night again and give Booker T the one-day reign, they still should have just let him win at WrestleMania. Just to put that on there, so the people would always just watch that match. Because I think people would have gone back to watching it and people would have loved that match because it was a good match, but except for the stupid finish.
I think also the way they tried to play it off, it wasn't a racist thing. It was he WCW guys, not
no. You showed his mugshot in the promo. It's pretty obvious. Anyway, we'll get away from that one, but I felt the need to say that to bring that up since we were on the subject of Triple H and best matches because that's not a good one. That's a worst match for sure. I would say that might be the worst WrestleMania match, if not the Triple H Ultimate Warrior 1-2. There have been, like the gimmick battle royal was not. Well, that was not gonna be a 5-star match, but it was entertaining.
I would say Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair, Flair's retirement match. That's definitely one of my top 5.
The Shawn Michaels career trilogy. That's what I call it. I don't know what you want to call it, but that's what I call those 3 matches is the Shawn Michaels retirement trilogy. Mm-hmm. I actually watched that recently for my birthday, all 3 of them in the same night, and God, so good. The Ric Flair match especially, that part, it makes you, all 3 of those matches makes you want to cry because of how emotional they are.
Yeah. Yeah, the real, raw emotion, because obviously, again, they know this is going to be Ric Flair's last match with the company before they're going into it, but the way, they kind of, they play it up, and, Shawn Michaels is about to end the career of one of his favorite wrestlers and one of his biggest influences in the wrestling business, and it's you can see the pain on his face,
Yeah, and he hesitates, and Ric Flair gets mad at him.
Yeah.
Because he's I want you to do this. And Ric Flair doesn't want to retire, but he wants to retire at the same time, and he wants to go out the right way. And he's I want you to do this service for me.
And, the absolute, respect. Shawn pins him, kind of gives him, a hug and says something to him, and then immediately vacates the ring. So that Rick can have his moment.
Well, also, there's the moment before that, which is the best part of the match, is when Shawn Michaels doesn't want to do it, and Ric Flair he kicks him anyway, Ric Flair hits him, Shawn Michaels kicks him reflexively, and he, gets in the corner and he panics and he's shit, I don't want to do this. And Ric Flair gets up with the tears in his eyes and he does the John Wayne come on you son of a bitch pose, and he's just give it to me. He's wobbling and he's just give it to me. And Shawn Michaels goes, I love you, I'm sorry, and he takes his head off with that kick, and then he does the pin and just leaves immediately after saying I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's such a great match. I'm trying to think more. I liked John Cena versus Triple H. It was WrestleMania 22. I know a lot of people don't like Cena.
Is that when he wins the first time? Well, they loved him then.
Well, even then people didn't like him because he was really being pushed as the golden boy, and he was always being made champion. You know,
Was that in
like the start of the Cena hate? I think.
Well, he was the champ. Well, was that the first time that he won the title when it was him versus Triple H, or was it a triple threat match with him, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels also?
No, he went into WrestleMania as champion. It was just him versus Triple H.
Oh, okay. So is the year prior the one when he wins? Is 21 the one when he becomes champion the first time?
20 he became United States champion.
Yeah, he beat the Big Show that year.
Yeah, so 21 is Cena versus Bradshaw, and Cena won, and that was the first. He was first WWE championship, I think.
Okay.
It might have been it was his first or his second, maybe. I don't remember.
Okay, because there's one where they basically do the Benoit match, and he even wins with the STF, which is similar to the Crippler Crossface in some ways.
Yeah.
Which was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, he did submit Triple H for the World Heavy. It was WWE Championship, so it could have been that, but it was only him versus Triple H.
Okay. I feel like they did a triple threat match. I feel like they had a similar triple threat match at another WrestleMania, but I could be wrong.
They possibly did, or maybe it was a different pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I've seen this, but I could be having a Mandela effect moment.
Yeah. And then I think Taker versus Orton, where Cowboy Bob Orton came out and interfered.
Oh yeah.
That was like a brutal match,
I don't remember that one, honestly.
It was bloody, like really bloody.
Yeah.
I think there was a problem because. So Undertaker didn't know that Cowboy Bob Orton was. Oh wait,
wasn't that a Hell in a Cell match?
I believe so.
Was that at the WrestleMania, or was that a different one?
Wasn't it WrestleMania?
I thought it was. I thought it wasn't WrestleMania. But I know there was one. I know he did fight Randy Orton at one pay-per-view though. I think there was a series of matches, so I don't know if that was. I don't know if that was one of the matches in that particular feud.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cell was the blow off, but I know what you're talking about. But go on.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
I think it was a Hell in a Cell, though.
I can't think of any off the top of my head that anymore that like really stick out to me.
Yeah, the Hell in a Cell was Armageddon.
Okay, but there was a Taker versus Randy Orton match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania 21. I think that was when Orton was doing the Legend Killer gimmick.
Yes, yeah. So that was a good match.
Yeah. Yeah, but I know what you're talking about. So like, tell the story for the people anyway.
Okay, so this was at Armageddon. It was a Hell in a Cell. Randy Orton and Taker, and Randy Orton had his dad, Cowboy Bob Orton, in his corner, and it was a brutal, Hell in a Cell match. We're talking blood gushing everywhere, and Undertaker did not know going in that Cowboy Bob Orton was hepatitis, I believe, C positive.
Yeah,
and that was a big controversy because Taker was, rolling around in the guy's blood and was rightfully pissed off when he found out. So I don't know how they smoothed that over with Taker because I'm sure he was ready to quit over that.
I think he was. I think he was trying to. I think he was basically trying to get Randy Orton fired after that.
Yeah.
Or there at least had been a conversation where he was where Taker was probably all right, well, somebody's getting friggin' fired for not telling me this.
Yeah.
I don't think they worked with Bob Orton after that for a long time, if they ever did again.
No, he wasn't on TV for a long time after that. I don't know if he's been back since then, but I know that was pretty much he was they kind of tried to brush it off, brush it under the rug a little bit, Just pretend that he didn't exist.
Yeah. The poster for that pay-per-view is hilarious. It's Batista. Like, it's just Batista's, like, screaming head. Like, just with the top of his head is cut off. And he's saying, oh, and, like, in his mouth, it just has the details of the pay-per-view in it. It's like, live pay-per-view Sunday, December 18th, and it has the WWE logo in his freaking mouth. It's just so awkward. They've had so many bad pay-per-view like graphics. It's like
I thought of another match that was one of my favorites. The first Money in the Bank match.
Oh yeah, that one was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was an interesting concept, and I liked the way they did it, and it was a really good way for heels to kind of like, I liked when heels won the Money in the Bank, and then they cashed it in at the most inopportune moment and like win. It was a good whoever came up with the Money in the Bank.
I think that was Chris Jericho's idea because he bragged about it in one of his books.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, he was in the first Money in the Bank match, so
yeah. God, yeah, that was good. I miss the Money in the Bank being just a match at WrestleMania and not its own big pay-per-view. I hate gimmick pay-per-views after named after like
one match.
Yeah.
Like Hell in a Cell.
That's the worst.